All right, so here we are at the property that we're gonna flip together. We're in Milford, Delaware. House is like a little over 2,000 square foot. It's a manufactured home. It's pretty dang big. Asphalt shingle roof. Looks in good condition. But we're gonna walk through. I just got here, turned the lights on, and it was my first time walking through this also. So you're going to experience the journey with me as we kind of figure out what we're going to do with this place to be able to turn around and get it back on the market as quick as we can and make some money in the process. So you can see on the vinyl siding, obviously we need a pressure wash. We're actually probably going to do that today, just knock that out real quick. We got some landscaping that we got to do. All right, that cut out there a second because I was getting a phone call. Some landscaping that we need to do. And basically, like, I'll kind of talk you through my perspective as we're walking through here, and you're experiencing real time what's going through my brain. We got to do some landscaping. We'll probably have a guy cut this down to at least stump level, and since that one seems to be dead too, we'll probably do the same, have it cut down to a stump. Obviously the walkway is pretty overgrown here, so we'll get that taken care of. Get a landscaper to cut and maintain the lawn while we own it, and cut some stuff back. Some of the windows have this like window tint film on them. The gutters also look in good condition, just need to be pressure washed. Just got some junk everywhere. Little swing set and a pool. You know, I was just looking at the pool, just kind of took a walk around it, and there is no pump, filter, no nothing. And it kind of looks like a swamp right now. So, path of least resistance is probably to just take it down, get rid of it. Maybe we'll stab it while we're here. Just let the water brush out and get it taken down, cleaned up later. I guess the sun hits this side a little bit better because the siding actually looks pretty good. Pretty dirty everywhere else. Got lids for septic here, which again, we did not do a septic inspection. Ultimately, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't bite us, but even if it did fail, I guess they're really more of a brown. It's hard to tell in the video, but it's kind of a brownish color. Ugly and needs to be replaced. As soon as I walked in, I noticed we got this nicer, newer fan here. But I guess this is the switch for it, and it's all types of busted. We can just simply turn it off, but we can't trigger the light. So hopefully we'll be able to just put a battery in. Now I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll have to try to see if we can get a name or model number or something off the fan. So hopefully we can get a new switch. If not, we'll probably have to replace that fan too if nobody can turn the light on. So a lot of these stupid little things, if you don't account for them, they add up over a project and they really eat into your bottom line. So knowing them up front is helpful. All right, so check this out. We could see from the outside that some of the windows had like a vinyl window film, or not vinyl window film, like a tint film on them. I've seen that plenty of times, but I have never seen, these are storm windows on the inside of the house. Storm windows are supposed to be on the outside. I guess they did this because the windows on the outside, let's see if we can open this here. So the windows on the outside here are single pane glass, total like bottom of the line builder grade stuff. So the insulating properties probably sucked. All right, this is awesome. This peels right off. That's fantastic. I like that. But all things considered, if the storm windows are already there and they help with insulating and cutting down on noise a little bit, we're probably just going to leave them, because we don't want to get into replacing all the windows in the place. Look, this has the window film too. That's awesome if we can peel it right off. Look at that. Beautiful. Sometimes it's fantastic when people do a bad job on their installs, because it makes ripping stuff out that much easier. So let's continue checking around here. So that way, I guess, you know, you're in your living room here. This would be a dining area, kitchen over there. Over here, I don't know what they were using this room as. This little divider that's kind of all busted. So we'll take that down. It's kind of just on a track. We'll take that down and just open it up. And we got this little room in here. I guess it would be ideal to have some sort of door or divider there, but that's one of those things I'll have to think about. And when I say think about something, it really means we have to look at everything, the overall scope of the project. Does it make sense to spend, making up a number, $1,000 to put some sort of a French door, $2,000 in here to put a French door to kind of divide this and make it more useful? I don't know. I can't answer that until I look at comps. I look at the overall cost of the project and what we're looking at doing, and really understanding the end buyer. What does that person or family look like? Right now, what I know and what we're planning is that we're doing a really light rehab. There's a lot of comps to support just doing a cleanup, paint, carpet, fix stuff. I don't know what's going on up here. I'm sure we got some sort of a leak or something. Yeah, that's how we fix holes. We just put bags over them. So we'll have to fix that little drywall there. And when we go back outside, we'll have to take note and see if there's some sort of protrusion in the roof, if there's a vent there or something. Like, why was there water leaking at some point in time? It doesn't look like anything has leaked in a while, as we don't really see any staining on the carpet. But We want to make sure that if we're going to fix it, it's not going to be an issue right after. So we got to do that. But what I was saying was you have to kind of take everything into consideration when you're making decisions on what you're going to do and what you're not going to do in a property, which is honestly weird for me. This is a new experience for me also, because I admittedly like to go into a house and gut everything and redesign, move things around, open this up, make a big kitchen island, peninsula, all this crazy stuff. And we're totally not doing that here. So we have to be budget conscious. We have to minimize our cost. And we have to keep in mind that the end buyer, the family that's going to end up purchasing this, they're not super high income earners. They're not going to be looking for all the bells and whistles, custom finishes, stuff like that. So you don't want to over improve, which again, I am very guilty of that. But we got a pretty decent kitchen here. Some sort of vinyl flooring. Maybe it's an older Pergo or something. Not in bad condition. This raises the question, do we paint the cabinets or do we leave them? We're definitely not replacing them. Ultimately, they all seem to be in okay condition. They'll need a good cleaning, but they're in good condition overall. Really not bad. Countertops are not granite, they're just Formica, but they look in decent condition. So we're planning to leave them. We got this little island that rolls around in the middle. It kind of matches the cabinets, so we're probably going to leave that. Oven, dishwasher, we'll probably leave that stuff. Fridge, to be determined. So the power was out in here for, 2 or 3 weeks since our previous sellers left. And I'll give you a word of warning. Never do this when the power was out. Open the fridge unless you're prepared for it, because usually it's pretty nasty, and this one is. And there's mold, and oh yeah, baby. Look at that mold on that ice cream and everywhere. Woo. Especially if the power is still out, it can smell pretty rancid, and it's not a good time. So maybe if we're able to clean that up and make it not smell and look half decent on the inside, because the outside of it doesn't look bad. So maybe we're going to spend $1,000 on a fridge. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're just going to be able to clean it. We shall see. So walking through, we got more carpet on this side. Over here. So from the pictures, I thought that this was, a window, but it is a window, right? But it's a storm window that's cracked. It's not actually the exterior window. Got some more of this film on here that we can take off. So with this, we have to figure out if we're just going to take these storm windows off or if we're going to try to replace the glass pane in it. Let's see. Same thing, I'll have to play around a little bit and see what we got to do, or if we do have to buy 1 or 2 new storm windows just so everything matches inside, maybe we'll do that also. All in all, it's like the carpet is ugly, but it's really not in bad shape in some of the spots. Never mind. I guess they had some sort of wood stove or something over here, and they carpeted around it at some point. So doesn't matter. We're doing new carpet anyway. So it is what it is. Here we got our laundry room and kind of mechanicals. We have a well here, so this is water filtration stuff. I'm not super familiar with this stuff because I don't have well water, I have public water. Oh look, here's the pool pump. Sweet. All the pool stuff. Yeah, we're still probably getting rid of it. Got our air handler in here. We didn't walk out back, but I think from the pictures it did look like the condenser unit for the central air on the outside did look newer and in good condition. We got washer dryer hookups here. I guess our sellers did take their units with them. Got our panel, 100 amp panel. Inspected in, what's that say, 2018? 2018. So in here, it's like the little vinyl sticky tiles, it looks like. I don't think it's sheet vinyl, but looks to be in pretty good condition, so we'll probably leave that. So we know we're doing carpet in here, we're doing carpet everywhere that there is carpet. I'm unsure if we're gonna leave this floor in the kitchen or if we're gonna replace it with some different kind of LVP, but I'm leaning towards not touching it because it looks pretty decent and matches the cabinets and style pretty well. All right, so this is, I think this would be considered your master bedroom. And you'll notice in here, since this is a manufactured home, and it's not true of all manufactured homes, but we have all these vertical slats and everything. They kind of just do that, I guess, so they don't have to spackle and tape seams and everything. And we have no baseboards. So that played a factor when I was looking at photos and everything and trying to come up with an initial plan. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna do LVP? Are we gonna do carpet? And it made me lean more towards carpet throughout, because if we do LVP, we're gonna have to do some sort of a quarter round at the very least, or baseboards throughout, and we really don't want to get into all that on this project. Again, our goal is to kind of be quick in and out and spend as little as we can. So we got our master bathroom here. Not bad, same thing, the vanity. It's in pretty decent condition. There's that guy. Have some sort of little jacuzzi tub. Some of our paint, oh, I guess I can't zoom in. Paint is cracking around that skylight, but it doesn't look like there's any sort of water infiltration, so that's cool. Towel in front of the window. Same thing in here. The floor is pretty much the same as it was in that laundry room, and it looks pretty decent, so we'll clean that all up. And again, some of the little stuff like this vent cover here, see it's got a little bit of rust on it and stuff. Those are things that you got to figure out. Are you doing something with them, or are you just going to say screw it, we're leaving it? I hate saying screw it, we're going to leave it. So if you're going to plan for it, budget for it, and take care of it. Our shower here looks super nasty, but with a good cleaning, it'll probably be pretty okay. So what we'll probably do, fix the escutcheon, we'll probably put a new shower head on, maybe a new shower valve there, clean the crap out of the thing. It's hard to tell from this video here, really hard to tell even with light on it. Maybe you can tell a little bit. Like out here looks much more white. It's still kind of an almond color, but in the shower looks much more yellow and nasty, which is just due to lack of cleaning. So that can be addressed. Shower doors will probably keep. Same thing, we'll just clean everything up really, really good. Throughout the whole place, we got a little bit of spackle that we got to do all over. I know there were a bunch of stickers in some of them bedrooms and everything. Some more spackle to be done here. And like, so while I'm going through, talk you through what's going through my mind, it's like on my first initial walkthrough, I like to kind of just get into everything, try to understand the overall property and think of what can be done, what should be done, and then after all that, and I've kind of gone through everything, then I like to come back and figure out what are we doing. We know what the property is, we know what the property could be, now let's figure out what exactly we are doing. And with that, there's obviously things that are like bare minimum. Even if you didn't want to do it, you're fixing the holes in the drywall. You know, it's like these are things that you have to do. You got a little patch panel here, has to be fixed, obviously. So there's some things that are non-negotiable, some things that you can go a little overboard on. And that just comes down to, does it make sense or not? So this is kind of really cool that they have this giant master closet connected to the bathroom. Again, some more drywall repairs. But that's pretty nice, and the bathroom has 2 entrances to it. More drywall repairs. This is the way you fix them, you know, you put cardboard over it. If only that were the real fix. Fly traps everywhere. All in all, though, a pretty decent master bedroom. Some of the trim here is kind of messed up. We'll have to address that. Maybe we put normal door casing on it rather than that little strip. Let's carry on. So some of the little stuff that drives me crazy that will be a hard decision for me is like, so this light fixture, it's ugly as hell. I want to replace it. But as soon as you get into that, it's like, all right, well, I'm replacing that one. Now am I replacing these ones? Maybe not. They look decent. But there's also that ugly gold fan in there with that wood trim around it. Pretty ugly. Are we replacing it? And it's like, as you do more and more, it becomes obviously a bigger project, bigger cost. And you do have to ask the question that I almost never ask myself. Does it make sense to put the money into it? And it's really easy, again, speaking from my own experience here, it's really, really easy to let your ego get in the way of making a business decision. Does it make sense to put the money into this? Like, if I'm going to spend whatever, let's just say a new light fixture is going to be $100 and it's going to cost another $200 or $300 to have it installed by somebody. Now I'm spending $400 for a new light fixture. At the end of the day, am I even going to be able to sell for a penny higher because there was a new light fixture here versus having this one? The answer is probably not, but it does depend on your buyer and the price point and the market. So you have to take all that data into consideration. Here we go. We got some more floor registers that definitely need to be addressed. So the other side of the house here, we got another bathroom, that same type of flooring, but in here, somebody somehow like basically chewed a hole in the floor there. It's kind of weird spot, weird way for that to happen, but obviously in here, we're replacing some flooring. Traditional me would say, cool, we're taking this out, we're putting some sort of ceramic tile down and it's going to be nice and fancy and beautiful. We're not doing that here. So we're going to put a similar type of peel and stick vinyl tile back down. Toilets, they're pretty easy to just replace. It's usually not worth just cleaning and hoping that they flush properly and don't leak. So we'll just put new toilets. Tub surrounding here, it's also that almond-ish color, but is much more yellow on the inside. So we will clean the hell out of that also. Probably put new shower heads in there, because the same thing, it's the perception of the buyer is I want to buy something new, clean, and shower heads that were somebody else's, just like a toilet. It's a little gross, so we'll replace that stuff. Fly traps. Got some more, no, that's not broken. That's just paint that came off of the super builder grade trim there. Another bedroom. Ceiling fan doesn't have a globe on it. Got to take note of that stuff. Got to figure out, are you leaving it like that? Or are you going to try to get a new globe for it? Or are you putting a new fan? All things to take into consideration. And it'll be fun as we go through this, because you'll probably watch me go against my own advice and end up replacing a lot of this stuff anyway. This is one of the things too that is super simple to do and makes really a big difference. Change out all your door hardware. So while we're here today, we're gonna count all the doors. We'll get new door knobs for everything. We'll probably, okay, it's totally, yeah. I guess we can get that style of hinge also, and we'll replace all that hardware because it really makes a big difference, especially on freshly painted doors. It just kind of makes the whole house, like right now, got a gold knob there, some sort of brushed nickel color there, gold, they're all different, and doesn't really cost much. So we'll replace all of those. Lots of stickers on the walls in here. Again, the floor register is kind of crushed. We'll replace those. So they're always important. If you're going to replace them, measure each one individually. They do make a lot of different sizes. You want to get the right stuff. What else? Okay, our closet here is, you have a light? That's cool. The door is not on, so we'll have to get that fixed. See if there's a reason. Looks like it's kind of delaminating a little bit. Guess that's why they got screws in it. Maybe we'll fix it. Maybe we'll buy a new door. Those flat hollow core doors really don't cost a bunch of money. The pain with buying new ones as opposed to fixing what you have is often you have to like rip them down or trim them a little bit to get them to close properly. So pros and cons, either way you look at it. Not a bad little bedroom. Test our light switch, it does work, cool. So I think this is 4 bedrooms, right? Always want to make sure your lights work. And actually, as I flip that on, one of the little things that I pay a lot of attention to because I'm weird and have OCD, but I think it does matter, lighting color. That light right there is probably like a 3000 K color, which is a little bit more yellow. As you go up in the Kelvin scale, like a 6000 or a 5000 K Kelvin is more of a white type of light color. And choosing between 2,000 to 3,000 K that is a more yellowish color like this depends on really your paint color, your overall design plan and everything. But generally, for most of the stuff that I do, I like to do a 5,000 or 6,000 K color temperature light bulb everywhere throughout the whole place. It just kind of gives it a clean feel and look, and buyers love that. So what What you don't want to do is have that color light in there, this color light in here. You can probably see the difference even in the video. So whatever you choose, even if you do decide, I like the brown earth tones and I want it to have a warmer feel, like with this 2000, 3000K lights throughout, that's fine, but you should probably do the same thing throughout. The exception is going to be if you're in super high-end stuff. We won't talk about that. Cool. Another nice size closet there. Got a bed frame we got to get rid of. All right, so I think that's the whole place. I think we walked through the whole place. So now what do? We talked about a lot of stuff. We looked at a lot of stuff. Now it really comes down to, well, I drove an hour and a half down to the property today. I'm here already. And Josh, our dispositions manager, is coming down to meet me also and kind of look at the place and get a plan with me. And he's going to basically assist on this as kind of like his first hands-on flip as well. So what are we doing while we're here today? Well, we're planning, we're seeing what we have. Technically making settlement on this today. I signed all the paperwork yesterday. It's official some point later today. So we're making a plan. So what we'll probably do is start to take a physical list. I'll probably just make a list on my phone or use a notepad or something and kind of just start to get a list of what has to be done. Then after that, what would I like to do that we have to look a little bit deeper into if it makes sense or not. And then also figure out what are we not doing. So we'll put that together in a list. Then it really comes down to who's doing the work. Are we hiring contractors? Do we want to find one GC down here that can handle all of the little touch-up, paint, carpet for us? Or are we going to find those guys ourselves and manage and run the job? Which is where I'm leaning, because you can cut costs massively by doing that and running the project yourself. And especially if it's your first or one of your first projects that you're doing, you're going to learn a lot through the process of running and managing it. So there's a lot of value in that. And at the end of the day, I know it might seem like there's a lot of things we picked out here that have to be done, have to be repaired. But in the grand scheme of things, especially considered to the rehabs that I'm used to, this is really one of the nicest and going to be easiest rehabs that we've ever done. Knock on wood. Anything can go wrong and probably will, but there's really not a whole lot. So let's just mentally recap it here. I guess not mentally, verbally. We are definitely painting the whole place. We're definitely carpeting the whole place. We got some stickers that need to be removed, some drywall patches and stuff to be repaired. That stuff is without question. Obviously, we got some basic stuff that we just gotta take out. Got a chair over there, a box here. So that's probably what Josh and I are gonna do today. We're not taking the trash, but we'll probably just throw it all outside and find somebody local to come just pick up all the trash for us outside and clean it all up, because there's not a whole lot of it. What else? Yeah, we know that we had that drywall repair in there that needs to be done. We know that we're doing 2 toilets. We know that we're doing door hardware throughout, so we got to count all the doors. And when you're doing that, you always want to make a note as well of the type of door. If you haven't bought door hardware before, there's for bedrooms and everything, you want to have a locking door set. And for closets and, well, bathrooms, you're probably going to want a locking door set also. But you don't want to have a locking door set on something like a closet. So you got to note whether it's a locking or non-locking set that you want for that door. Registers, probably going to replace all them, so we're going to measure all of them. Again, flooring in that one bathroom. Since it's this same flooring in here in the utility room and both of the bathrooms, probably just gonna take a picture of that and try to see if we can find something that matches and replace that one bathroom flooring with it. Toilets, I already said that. And I turned the AC on as soon as I walked in here, and it's finally starting to get a little cool, which is good because it was very hot when I walked in. We got to find a landscaper that can maintain the lawn and kind of clean some stuff up for us, make it look pretty. That hopefully can also cut down these trees and give us a reasonable number. They're really little trees, so pretty dang easy to do. And if we're getting somebody to come pick up trash for us, we'll probably also tell them, take the jungle gym, take all this stuff that's out here. When I do stuff like that, when a house is kind of far away and I'm not gonna want to make the trip to meet somebody like a clean out guy here, I'll do exactly this. I'll give them a video and basically tell them, hey, I want you to pick up this. When you do, you get it all loaded up in your truck. Take a picture of the truck, take a picture of the house, show me that it's all gone, and I'll send you a Venmo. We'll send you a Cash App, whatever you want, get you paid. Just send me pictures and or a video. So that's really helpful, and you can just post that in something like Facebook Marketplace. There's usually people that jump right on it, and they're like, wow, I can make a quick $200 just by going to pick up some trash. We'll get them to hopefully take that pool also. So that's basically it. So I'm gonna start putting a list together here, and we'll follow up with you on the process. We might pressure wash this while we're here because it'll probably only take about a half hour or so with the badass pressure washer that I have. Maybe we'll video that a little bit. But that is all for now. It's going to be a fun one, easy process, I hope. Still, after walking through for the first time, you might think it's crazy to buy something without seeing it, but I would not recommend it to you, especially if it's your first time. You got to go walk properties, see them, feel them, touch them, meet contractors, know what you're looking at, know what you're doing before you can be as crazy as me. It's not really reckless when you have teams and systems and processes in place. So apparently this is a car that is being picked up by their foreclosure attorney or something. So who knows what that deal was that they made. This is also kind of dumb here. So this is why I like to spend time taking my time, just walking around, really looking at things and thinking, because that's super dumb how that door swings out. It should definitely swing in, not out. But again, it's probably not something that we're going to fix here. Definitely going to get painted though. So, all right, that's all for now. Catch you guys on the next one.